Hello, my name is Eddie Button and I am one of the countertenors in the King Singers. Well, we in the King Singers are absolutely delighted to be singing with the Stay at Home Choir, and thank you to all of you at home who are going to be singing with us. We cannot wait to sing, and so it goes with you. So, I'm going to be talking to you altos about the alto part, and I hope I give you some tips and advice to help your learning. First of all, let's just make sure we're all on the same page about which parts we're singing. So, us 6 King Singers are singing the notes that are small and greyed out. So we start the piece, and you guys come in with the second system down, the big notes that are not greyed out, and you start on page 2 at bar 9. So if you make sure you learn the right part, that would be great to start with. First of all, here are some general points about the piece. The arrangement needs the singers to go along with the solo part, sort of acting like a piano accompaniment to a pop singer throughout. So be ready for this push and pull and give and take throughout, and don't stick to the exact notation too much. Follow what we are doing. And to help you with that, you can use our breath. It's really important when we are singing together as a 6 that we use our breath to help each other know when to come in. So don't be scared to make your breaths audible and part of the phrase you're about to sing. Realistically, they are part of the music just as much as the singing is. And use our audible King Singers breaths as well to help get the ensemble together. Now, I'd like to say a little thing about vibrato. Vibrato is a lovely, lovely feature of free singing, but one of the challenges of this choir part is that it needs to be like a set of string chords in the background, so try to keep your tone fairly even and steady throughout so that it blends perfectly with the other voices. And I hope some of that stuff might be useful for your singing in general when we can all get back to singing together, which is what we want as soon as possible. So, on to some more specific points. I'm now on page 3 of my score. In bar 19, be really careful to wait and not come in with us King Singers. So perhaps start breathing on Nick's word, so. That's the last beat of bar 19, top of page 3. Because you come in on the first beat of the next bar, bar 20. Next bar, in bar 21, listen out for Nick as he takes a breath, and we all need to wait for him to sing the word "and" before we move on. So make sure you wait for Nick and listen out for his breath. Similarly, in bar 22, listen out for all of us King Singers breathing before starting the words "but if my." As you can see, we all come in together, and make sure you hear our breath so that you know when we're going to come in and you can join us. It's worth saying that from bar 22 to 30, the altos and sopranos are singing together that phrase. So make sure that you share that line 50-50 with the sopranos, which means you guys have to sing down a little bit, except for those juicy suspension moments when you can sing back up again because you are singing a slightly different part for those few little beats. One of the nicest parts of the piece is in bar 23, my favourite. After the word silence, you'll see there is a crotchet breath. At that point, we actually do not take an audible breath. Thereby, we actually have silence right after we've sung the word silence. It's a lovely piece of word painting. So that's probably the one time where we should not take an audible breath, and you just take one quietly yourself. So on to page 5 now. So in bar 35, this is actually the same point as bar 21 that I've already mentioned. So listen out for Nick as he takes his breath, as we all need to wait for him to sing the word "and" before we move on. So just be careful of that at that point as well. Now I'm on to page 6, and I'm going to talk a little bit about bar 40. So in this bar, start breathing quite early. We, the King Singers, are actually in the middle of a phrase at that point. So be prepared to step onto the moving machine that we are as we sing together. You've just got to seamlessly step on to the travelator that we are already travelling along, if you get my meaning. In bar 42, listen out for our King Singers' breath to get the next phrase together. Again, that's the same point as I've made a lot. Listen to the breathing to help know when to come in. And also, don't spend too much time on the upbeat in bar 42, the word "and." In bar 43, so the next bar, get used to a more relaxed rhythm on Heart to Break. We don't want it to sound too choral. You can have this heart to break. We also don't want a double T, heart to break, not heart to break, if you see what I mean. We, again, don't want it to sound too choral. And then in bar 44, listen for where your note stops and fade out really nice and gently. And be careful not to put too loud a K on it, as again, it would be a little too choral if you put a big K on the end. So just a small K would be great. That's all I have for now, and thank you so much once again. We can't wait to sing with you, and stay safe and stay at home. See you soon. Bye-bye.